back to consecutive day 690 of a diary of a Runpreneur. Please remember that this vlog is part of the Runpreneur Challenge, which is my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. Find out more about the challenge, make it support it, check the links in the comments below. Do subscribe to the channel, give us a share. The more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. Thanks for your support, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 690 of Diary of a Runpreneur. It's 10 days off Big 700, so looking forward to that. And also, it's always nice when you get to a number then to zero. These little 10-day stints that feel like little mini milestones, and as you get closer to a 50 or 100, it's just these kind of psychological things that we do when we run a crazy running streak. And I think just these little things that get you to the next stage. And perfect example of what I mean here is when I do marathons, I have a very structured fueling plan, because a marathon you could be running for 3.5 hours or whatever, more or slightly less depending on the level you're at, but either way it's a long time to be running. And if you're running and you just watch the clock, it's an excruciatingly long time. So you have to have your mind that kind of breaks the whole journey up, so that it keeps you sane, it keeps you distracted, and then you don't turn into a clock watcher, which is not a good technique, I would ill advise. But so what I do is my fueling strategy, I'm taking fuel every 15 minutes throughout the marathon, and these little bite-sized chunks of 15-minute blocks, you know, I'm thinking, oh, I've got fuel in a minute, so it's constantly distracting me from the time. And before you know it, you've done obviously 3 fueling intakes, and you've done an hour already, and it's like, wow, didn't realise that, because all you're looking at is the next 15 minutes ahead. So it's always good breaking a big event or a big distance or a big challenge into smaller bite-sized chunks and milestones. So that is my message today from a running perspective. Bite-sized chunks are so important in endurance running, in my opinion. So from a business perspective, yesterday had another day in London. Really good day. I met the investors that I've been talking to you a lot about this new business model of building a business to sell, something that greatly excites me, and it could open the doors to acquiring business in the future, you know, driving efficiencies and profitability and selling them for profit. So it's opening doors to kind of scenarios and opportunities that I haven't had before. So yeah, really quite excited about that. And these guys are very interested in what we're doing and how they can get involved. So I think there's a lot of synergy at the moment, and I'm super excited to see how it develops. But it was another good meeting. We met both business partners this time of their outfit, and yeah, I think there's a lot of potential opportunity there. So watch this space. I'll keep you posted. Always good to regular touch points with business partners. I generally speak to my business partners pretty much every day. It's just good to keep that communication flowing openly, and yeah, and also it's always good to meet in person as well. So had a lot of stuff we had to box off. Me and Jack did, which we covered off, which is very good. And yeah, should be an exciting week ahead with a bit of luck as we pick off the kind of actions from that meeting and move it along to the next stage. And I think the key here as well is not, when you're trying to negotiate big deals, you can't rush them, and people get too desperate to you know, anxious to move things along too quickly, and you can give an air of desperation if you do that, and it's very off-putting to an investor. So we're very aware that this is going to have to run its course, and it'll take as long as it will take, and the idea is to have the other side wanting to go quicker than us pushing, and that's kind of how we're looking at measuring the kind of the speed in which this moves forward. So from a personal perspective, my oldest child, who's been struggling with long COVID, Leo, he had his COVID vaccine yesterday, so hopefully there's been no ill effects of that, and hopefully it might even kick-charge his recovery from long COVID, who knows. But I think it was a sensible decision from us in our circumstances to let him have that vaccination. He's terrified of catching COVID again after what it's done to his life for this whole academic school year to date. So yeah, he's come back with an air of positivity since having that vaccination, which if even if it just gives him a mental boost, then that's a really good result. So yeah, that's pretty much what. Oh, and finally, my youngest child, James, who played Cambridge United, their elite teams for his village club yesterday in some kind of training matches for them, and he did brilliantly. I was super proud of him. I mean, these are kids that are super talented that he's playing against, and he completely held his own. He was equal to them, which I was so proud of. And the actual whole team did really well. I mean, they lost the first game 1-0, it should have been a draw, and then the second game they lost 4-0, but there was some firing legs there and they could make that marginally competitive. I think a 0-0 and a 2-0 loss would have been a fair reflection of how they performed, which, I mean, these are the best kids in the region, so I think you can take a lot of positives from that. So that was a nice hit today. So that's it for me today. Please remember, this vlog is part of the Runpreneur Challenge, which is my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. Find out more about the challenge, how you can support it, check the links in the comments below. Do subscribe to the channel and give us a share so more people get in front of the more money we raise. And we recently launched a campaign for sustainable fundraising called Caffeine for Kevin. And the idea behind it is if people can afford to donate me the price of a cup of coffee once a month, whether it's a cheap cup or a slightly more expensive cup, if you can afford that once a month, and hopefully you won't notice that leaving your account, all the proceeds go to charity in full. But the concept behind the campaign is that, metaphorically speaking, I will still get a caffeine boost seeing that money hit the account every month that I would have got had you actually bought me a real coffee. So even though all the money will go to the charities in full, it will still give me that boost, which is what it's about. So if you can support me, I'll be eternally grateful. Thanks as always, stay positive, stay happy, I'll see you again tomorrow.